Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, yesterday we read Ezekiel Chapter 11.
Sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, I think it was God or Ezekiel was talking about all the meat on the ground, which was dead humans, apparently, I think, or something. Or it was humans that were going to be dead. I'm not really sure what that was all about.
We're a pot.
They're a pot, and the meat's cooking inside. And that's what was happening.
You're a pot of meat.
And it wasn't good. He's going to judge them, drive them out of the city, and abandon them, and
out of the pot and into the
kill
fire.
Lots of people. But then you know what?
What?
He's going to redeem some of them.
But only
he's going to be nice to a few of them.
But only like one or two, and certainly not that one guy that like fell over dead in the middle.
Right? Yeah. There was one guy that just died right in front of Ezekiel in the middle of his vision. Vision. His vision. It was a vision where somebody died in the vision
while he was delivering.
And we believe visions because I actually don't have an answer for that one. So
yes, that is what happened.
Right? Yeah. So anyway, that was Ezekiel Chapter 11.
Yes.
Which means that today we're getting into
Ezekiel Chapter 12.
All right. And before we get into this episode, I do want to mention that we are in the midst of a Patreon drive. We have membership levels starting as low as $1 a month. We are trying to reach a goal for some specific things that we're trying to do for our podcast to move things forward a bit. So if you have the ability to help us out at all, we have membership levels starting as low as $1 a month. Just head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, and we have a banner right at the top tracking our goal and our current level. And then just click through there and help us get this going. We also have advertising tiers, so if you want to advertise on our podcast, check that out too.
And those are limited availability.
Very limited.
Get them while they're there.
Yes. So that being said, that was Ezekiel Chapter 11, and let's go ahead and get on into Ezekiel Chapter 12.
Okie dokie. All right, let's get into Ezekiel Chapter 12. The word of the Lord came to me, son of man, which
mere human.
We know means mere human. You son of a bitch.
Right.
You are living among a rebellious people. Remember?
I do. They've covered this a lot.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
They have eyes to see, but do not see, and ears to hear, but do not
hear.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
All right, Dr. Seuss. For they are a rebellious people.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Therefore, son of man, mere human, you worm, you son of a bitch, pack your belongings for exile, and in the daytime, as they watch, set out and go from where you are to another place.
But at least he's giving them time to pack their bags. That's nice, I guess.
No, just Ezekiel.
Oh, just Ezekiel?
Yeah, he's telling Ezekiel's going to do another play act.
But isn't Ezekiel already in Babylon?
Yeah.
So why does he got to pack his bags?
Because I don't know.
Right. That's what
I haven't read this yet.
Okay. All right.
But he's saying these guys think they're going back home and they're not. And these guys think that everything's going to be fine and it isn't.
I feel like that was God talking to the Israelites, sort of.
Well, he's talking to Ezekiel.
Right, but he might, usually when God's talking to Ezekiel, he's telling him something that he should say to the people of Israel or whatever. Right. Or to people that would hear him.
But I'm telling you that he is telling Ezekiel, go pack a bag and you're going to do some play acting for me.
Yes, he's packing a bag to go. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm sorry, I was misunderstanding. I apologize.
I know.
I apologize.
Good.
You were right, I was wrong.
As well you should be. Yeah. Okay, so he says, as they watch, set out and go from where you are to another place. Perhaps they will understand, though they are a rebellious people.
Yeah, as we well know.
Those
as we
worms.
well know. Yeah.
During the daytime, continues God, while they watch, bring out your belongings packed for exile. Then in the evening, while they are watching, go out like those who go into exile.
Wait,
while they watch.
He's going to enact a play of going into exile? That is so fucking weird. Like, this is what you guys are going to have to do. You're going to have to pack a bag and walk out of the city.
I know.
That's crazy.
Just watch.
This is...
Well, and I'm wondering, maybe did this chapter come before the others and they're not in Babylon yet? That seems weird. I don't know.
Weird. Yeah, I don't, that doesn't sound...
That sounds
But then
like
again, the Bible loves stuff out of order, so...
Right,
you just never know.
If that is still a question by the end, we will have that as covered
Q&A.
on the Q&A on Saturday.
Yeah.
While they watch, dig through the wall and take your belongings out through it. Put them on your shoulder as they are watching and carry them out at dusk. Cover your face so that you cannot see the land, for I have made you a sign to the Israelites.
What?
Because they're not going to be able to see. You know?
Okay.
So
why won't they be able to see?
I don't know. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
he did say that they have eyes, but they can't see.
Right.
But I'm not sure what it is that they can't see. And if you are walking, you probably...
Maybe they'll be walking at night, or maybe they'll be walking through God's cloud.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
So I, Ezekiel, did as I was commanded. During the day, I brought out my things, packed for exile. Then in the evening, I dug through the wall with my hands. I took my belongings out at dusk, carrying them on my shoulders while they watched. In the morning, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, did not the Israelites, that rebellious people, ask you, what are you doing?
I mean, I would.
I'm sure they did.
You're digging through our fucking wall. There's probably a guy that has to repair that fucking wall. And he's like, dude, what are you doing,
you know what?
man?
I'll be honest. If one of my neighbors was acting like that,
Yeah.
I probably would just stay in my house and watch through the window and like record with my phone and be like,
yeah, but they didn't have phones to record back then.
I know. I'm just saying, like, you're like, I would have blah blah blah, and I'm like, no. Even today, I would not do that because I don't want to talk to people. So I would just be like, babe, get a load of our neighbor. Babe, look, he's digging in the wall. Look, oh my God, what is he doing?
But I don't feel like they had as much entertainment back then. So like this would have been high entertainment.
This was their
right?
Netflix.
Yeah, right.
Or their YouTube.
So they'd have been there like, what's going on?
What are you doing?
What's he doing?
What are you
doing, man?
Hey, Zeke, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you up to, man?
Why are you digging through the wall?
Easy K, what's
going
up?
on, man?
What's happening? All right, say to them, says God, in answer to this.
Right.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. This prophecy concerns the prince in Jerusalem, which we covered in previous chapters.
King Zedekiah,
King
right?
Zedekiah,
right. Yeah.
And all the Israelites who are there. Say to them, I am assigned to you. As I have done, so it will be done to them. They will go into exile as captives.
Okay.
Okay, so is this, again, out of order?
Right, yeah.
I don't get it.
No, I mean, this is
Or
weird.
are they going to get exiled from Babylon?
I mean,
or
technically...
is he in Jerusalem still in Vision Land?
Well, I mean, he was in the first exile, right?
No, he was in the second. Well, he was in the second wave.
I thought he was in the first, because it was like 590 something.
He was in the second wave.
Okay.
But it was
promise. But I thought we started. Okay, well, I want to revisit that because
that's fine.
I think that it was said that at some point there was like the 590s that he was.
I have
in
no
Babylon.
idea what the years were. I just know that he was in the second wave in Babylon.
Okay, okay, all right.
So okay, I'm going to continue on.
Yeah,
and we'll circle back around to that.
Okay.
Okay, so the prince, the king, among them will put his things on his shoulder at dusk and leave, and a hole will be dug in the wall for him to go through. He will cover his face so that he cannot see the land. I will spread my net for him, and he will be caught in my snare. I will bring him to Babylonia, the land of the Chaldeans, but he will not see it, and there he will die. Womp womp.
Oh. They're gonna die.
They're gonna die.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought they were just gonna be exiled.
Nope, they're gonna exile to death.
Okay.
I will scatter to the winds all those around him, his staff and all his troops, and I will pursue them with drawn sword. they will know that I'm the Lord.
Oh, he's specifically talking about King Zedekiah or the prince, whatever, because he doesn't actually know who it's going to be, apparently.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yep. So they will know that I'm the Lord. La, la, la. You know, I'm the Lord. Whee!
Right. Yeah.
When I disperse them among the nations and scatter them through the countries, but I will spare a few of them from the sword, famine, and plague, so that in the nations where they go, they may acknowledge all their detestable practices. Then they will know that I am the Lord. La, la, la. The word of the Lord came to me, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Son of man, you worm.
Right.
You mere human, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Tremble as you eat your food and shudder in fear as you drink your water. Be afraid. Never be afraid.
Right, yeah.
Say to the people of the land, this is what the sovereign Lord says about those living in Jerusalem and in the land of Israel. Oh, so he is talking to the people living in Jerusalem and Israel.
Right.
This is so weird.
That's what I was saying. So I did some research because Ezekiel was exiled to Babylon in 597.
Okay.
Which is prior to the actual main exile. So
well, the first one was just a scoop.
Right. So that's when Ezekiel was actually exiled to Babylon.
I protest.
So he was in that. You're the one that told us this.
Okay. Well, we all know my memory sucks, but I would swear on a Holy Bible that he was in the second exile.
No, he was in the first, and
well,
that's why I was really confused earlier, because I'm like, wait, you not what?
Okay, well, maybe I'm in an alternate universe, because I'm telling you.
All right.
I thought it was the second one, but whatever. Be that as it may, I'm still confused.
Okay.
They will eat their food in anxiety and drink their water in despair, for their land will be stripped of everything in it because of the violence of all who live there. The inhabited towns will be laid waste, and the land will be desolate. Then you will know
that he's an asshole.
I'm the Lord.
And an asshole.
I'm the Lord. Pick me. He's like the quintessential pick me dude.
Yeah.
The word of the Lord came to me. Okay?
Yeah.
Again, some more. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Son of man, you mere human. What is this proverb you have in the land of Israel? The days go by, and every vision comes to nothing.
Apparently, that's a proverb, huh?
That was a proverb.
Okay. I can see where they would have it, though, because we've talked a multitude of times about all the other prophets that are running around giving their quote-unquote false prophets, right?
Here's my interpretation of that proverb. God talks a lot of shit, and he never follows through on anything. Womp womp sigh.
Well, and let's be honest, he gives really shitty. He if we are to believe the God of the Bible is real, right?
In
canon, right? Then he picks some really shitty messengers. Like some dude that sounds like he's on a fucking acid trip. Another guy that's wandering around the desert.
Naked.
And then another guy that is a fucking double agent for Babylon.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Jeremiah.
they're literally, so far, we're like 0 for 3 on good prophets.
It's true.
So
it's true.
I'm just not real impressed with who he picks.
So he says to Ezekiel, say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I am going to put an end to this proverb, and they will no longer quote it in Israel.
Oh, man.
Except they wrote it in the Bible, and so it's still read in synagogues everywhere across the country.
Yes.
Across the world.
Right.
Say to them, the days are near when every vision will be fulfilled. For there will be no more false visions or flattering divinations among the people of Israel. Divinations was their use of tools, like throwing the bones or
which is funny because that was actually done by people who were
like Moses,
godly. Yeah.
The Thummim and the Dummim.
Those practices were incorporated into Hebrew practices earlier on in the Bible.
Exactly. I can't remember. It was part of their chest wear. Like they wore those little baggy things on their chest wear. And it was the Thummim and the... I
don't remember exactly.
I can't remember what it's called.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah.
It's just funny to me that, like, even in the Bible itself, the practices and the image of what God actually is has evolved to the point where it's not entirely recognizable by what God was at the beginning of the Bible.
Right. Like if Moses came to these people, he'd be like, I don't know, let's throw the bones. And they would be like, gasp.
Right.
And they would like clutch their little fucking pearl pomegranate seeds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he'd be like, what? What'd I say?
Yeah.
But I, the Lord, will speak what I will, and it shall be fulfilled without delay. I mean, lots of delay, but okay.
Yeah.
For in your days, you rebellious people, I will fulfill whatever I say, declares the sovereign Lord. I mean, just because you say you're gonna, and just because you're like, no, I am, though, doesn't I'm sorry. Actions speak louder than words, bro.
But they're like the argument though is that God actually did make it happen, right? Because he's prophesizing the fall of Babylon in like the 590s, which is prior to the fall of Babylon. So, and we've talked about this with Jeremiah, but it was easy to prognosticate what was coming because
all you had to do was pay attention to the politics.
He was already part of the fucking first exile. Yeah. So like he was in Babylon, like probably hearing them plan for this next fucking invasion or whatever, or seeing the troops move or whatever. Like it's not that hard to see it coming down the pike. Well,
Jeremiah was a double agent, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
I agree, but like I'm just saying that these are not, even at the best case scenario, these are prophecies based on information on the ground. Not from a god, not from anything otherworldly. It is purely based on information from what they hear and see.
I mean, it's kind of like I use this example every week. I feel like I say it's kind of like if me and you say, yeah, Trump's probably going to win. It's not because, like, if Trump does win the presidency in the U.S., it's not because, we foresaw and we're magical. No, we watch the news and we live in Ohio and, we can see which way the fucking winds are blowing. And
Right.
Yeah. All you got to do is just pay attention to what's happening and make a good guess. It's 50-50.
Right.
All right. So the word of the Lord came to me, Ezekiel.
Okay.
Son of man, the Israelites are saying the vision he sees is for many years from now, and he prophesies about the distant future. So, don't worry about it or whatever.
Right.
Therefore say to them, I'm going to stomp that shit out right now, says God. Okay. Say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. None of my words will be delayed any longer. Whatever I say will be fulfilled, declares the sovereign Lord. The end.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, no, I let this shit go too long.
he's getting impatient.
He's getting uppity.
Which, I mean, again, based on the time frame, he does fulfill it according to, everything that does actually happen with regard to the Babylonian armies invading Jerusalem and all that. It's not that far in the future, right? It's pretty soon. So, I mean, that's why people would consider this a prophecy of sorts, I guess. But again,
unimpressed.
Again, I'm not impressed. Yeah, it's not something that is hard to prophesize, and I just don't. I don't understand why we're supposed to be impressed by this guy.
Right.
He had drug-addled dreams, and he prophesied things that were right there in front of his face that anybody could have probably seen.
And he can't tell the difference between a cherub and an ox. So get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, but no, you lose.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else for us before we get out of here today?
No, that's all.
All right. Well, that was Ezekiel Chapter 12.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that we will be back tomorrow with
Ezekiel Chapter 13.
And for those of you who didn't join us tonight on YouTube or Twitch, we are now doing live streams on YouTube and Twitch.
Monday and Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. And we still do our Discord live stream on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. So if you have the ability to join us on one of those nights, please do stop by and help support the new thing we're doing here with our live streams. And
go team.
We'd love to see you in the chats and just kind of, have fun. So.
But if you're looking for interaction, we will say 100 times over that Discord on Tuesday is where we stick around after and hang out. So
for sure.
If you're wanting to chat with us, ask questions, criticize, whatever, meet some really cool people, because we just have some great fans over there. I mean, they're just the best people you could ever meet.
Yeah. No, it's a great community.
Yeah.
I mean, top notch.
So that's Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on Discord is when we stick around for chatty poo.
That's not to say that we don't communicate some within the YouTube and Discord, or YouTube and Twitch, but it's minimal at best, I would say.
Yeah.
So we look forward to seeing you guys there on Wednesday if you're able to make it, or Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. And then we'll be back tomorrow with Ezekiel Chapter 13.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.